So, if you've seen our first video on the maple syrup, or maple cream rather, you've seen how dark it was going into the pot after it had been boiled for a while. This is what it's like after about 5 minutes, 7 minutes on the mixer. See how light that's gone? We're getting very close right there to the consistency of maple cream. Now, I didn't mention in the first video, but if you let that go too far beyond the consistency of the cream, it will start to stiffen up and harden, and that's where you're coming to maple sugar. So you've always got the option, if you want the actual sugar, stir it a bit more. You're going to have to watch your mixer, make sure that it doesn't seize up, burn up on you. But if you stir that a bit more and let it get a lot stiffer than what the cream would be, more than the consistency of peanut butter, then you're going to get the cream or the sugar, and it'll harden up, set up in blocks. You can cut it in squares and eat it like fudge, or you can go the road that the old timers did. Maple sugar was it was a product that was shipped from the colonies here in the North America. It was shipped back to England and France as a commodity, an agricultural commodity as it were, and the hardened maple sugar was shipped back there. In fact, the first documented instance of maple sugar being shipped back to England was from the colonies of what's present-day Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and they sent back 4,000 pounds of maple sugar, and I believe that was back in the latter part of the 1600s, the first time that this is recorded. So that's another option if you want to take it a little bit further than the cream, but if you want something you can spread on a piece of bread, this is almost the consistency right here that we want. So some people call this maple cream, some call it maple butter. The old timers, there was a little bit of a difference in the consistency. The cream was a bit lighter, the butter stirred a little bit longer, but today is pretty much the same thing. You'll find some people will market it as cream, some will market it as butter, and it's just, there's very little difference in the consistency. So, round and round we go. It's been a good year for the maple syrup so far. We didn't think we were going to have much of a season because we had so little snow cover. But in the week or so leading up to tapping season, we got a couple of heavy wet snows, about a foot in one storm and probably 6 to 8 inches in another storm. So we've got some snow cover around the trees. That keeps the sugar sand down in the syrup. When you don't have good snow cover around the trees, you get a lot of sugar sand. The mineral deposits in the syrup as you're boiling it. You have to filter it more often. So, okay, you can see from the consistency as the maple cream goes up on the side of the pot, it's kind of holding a bit instead of running right off. We're getting very close to the consistency we want right there. It's kind of hanging together in threads, I guess is one way of looking at it. You can see the way it's coming up there. We're pretty much right at the consistency there for cream now. Okay, so after about 20 minutes on the mixer, we are there. I should add, you want to take it until you get the glossy look off of the cream.
Those little
if it's still got the glossy appearance on the top, when it's ready, you're seeing these little bubbles on it. That's the air coming up out of it. If it's got a glossy look to it, the problem is some of the syrup will go back to syrup state after you package it. And so here's the finished product. It runs easily. So how many bottles of syrup was that?
4.
That's 4 bottles.
4 375 mils.
So from the money viewpoint, we sell a 375 ml for $10. And if you make this into cream, these tubs of cream are $12 each. So this is 250 gram. So a little bit extra work, a little more boiling, a little more stirring, and you can increase the value of your product. I'm going to guarantee you cream sells a whole lot faster than the plain maple syrup, because there's not a lot of people takes the time to do the cream. There's an extra investment in time, and this is just a way of getting a few extra dollars out of your product.